Hello, good people. My name is Favour Rukombo. Today, I'm very happy to be joined by one of my friends who have come for a very insightful discussion we are going to have today. The discussion is about the psychology of breakups and relationship dissolution. And can you please introduce yourself, my friend?
Mamukasai, Munufaraera, Mundanzi Verena. Yes, and welcome and thank you, Favour, for inviting me to your podcast.
Thank you so much. I hope you are so knowledgeable about the conversation we're going to have about the psychology of breakups and the relationship resolution. And first and foremost, have you ever experienced a heartbreak before?
Yeah, yes, of course I have. So that's also why I'm here because I've recently just went through a breakup,
Hmm.
and I've also read a studies that usually people have 2 to 3 serious relationships before they get married. So most of the people go through heartbreaks.
So, what are some common reasons a relationship ends?
Maybe because of failing communication, or also because you with time you grow apart, maybe, or you have different views of life, you want different things, or also of course cheating and lying. Yeah.
Why do people usually lie, in your own experience, or perhaps in the relationship that ended uh, lately? Have you ever experienced such a thing, like having a partner who often lied to you? And what could be the reason why they lie?
Me personally, I haven't experienced the lying thing or the cheating thing, but I think maybe because either it goes hand in hand with the lack of communication. So something is missing and they want to, yeah, they can't communicate, or I don't know. And then
And when
they
someone
search
is not
somewhere else.
communicating in a relation, it simply indicates that you are not part and parcel of them. Because if someone truly care about you, they often communicate. Verena, how are you this morning? I'm fine. Today I'm planning to do A, B, C, D, so that you get yourself informed about their whereabouts and what they want to do on that particular day. And you feel so comfortable and very important in that relationship.
Yeah, that's right. But also maybe they didn't learn it when they were younger, the communication, everything, so they don't know that it's important. Or
Very true. And I think this is one of the most reason why the relationship end. Failure to communicate effectively. And you can track that problem back to their childhood. As parents fail to teach them the importance of communicating with someone you love the most. Because honestly, if someone is not communicating, it's not good.
that's right.
Yeah, very true. And we really want to know. I have a question that I have put here. How do feelings of loss and grief manifest physically and mentally, in your experience?
That's a good question. So I think physically, it's of course you probably you feel like you can't get out of bed or something, or you're not able to eat, or some people they eat more or something. So you don't really feel like yourself, and mentally you just feel depressed and sad. Yeah.
Some may even develop grow some pimples.
Yeah.
Is that true? I've seen some people.
Yeah.
Are they not actually manifestation of heartbreak?
Yeah. We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of things happen physically. It's a manifestation of having a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Some may even fail to eat, actually, and as you have mentioned, some may fail to wake up from the bed,
Yeah.
and others may sleep early or late. Yeah, it varies from person to
Yeah.
person, and mentally, you may have anxiety, depression, and it's always good for you to look for a psychologist for counseling, because at the end of the day, the consequences are really tough.
It's important to talk about it.
Very true. To speaking about it, having a friend
Yeah.
who shares the same, who is empathetic, we can feel for you. What are the impact of breakups on self-identity?
On self-identity.
Mm.
I think it can have positive as well as negative impacts.
Mm-hmm.
Some positive impacts maybe when it was a tough relationship and you had to face a lot of criticism and something, then maybe you feel more like a relief and you can build up your self-confidence again, so that's a positive aspect. But also negative, of course, because you might feel like you're all alone now, and yeah, you have no one to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, usually if you happen to be in a relationship where you don't have a female close friend on your side that you often tell, this is how I'm going through in my relationship, and this is what we do. And that. So by the end of the day, if you happen to have a breakup, it would be a very good to relief to them if you are to offload whatsoever you're feeling about the relationship. I think it helps much. Unlike people who maybe introverts, the people who might actually be in a relationship but they do not have a close friend whom they can share their experience, whom they can actually talk to if they happen to be in a situation where the relationship is developing some zigzag. And that way, I think it helps much. On the positive aspect of heartbreak, you would say that yes, it can promote personal growth. You may
That's right.
develop confidence. And how can your heartbreak or someone's heartbreak prepare them for their next relationship?
Yeah. Yeah, you can learn from your mistake, and you can learn from their mistakes,
Mm.
and you can find out what are your boundaries, what you really want in your partner, and yeah, that will help you.
Very, very insightful. Which means sometimes a heartbreak can be a blessing in disguise, where you can carry some lessons and notes from your previous relationship. It will prepare you to deal with heartbreaks and to resolve some of the things that may happen in the course in the second relationship.
Yeah.
So I think people should not always cry over somebody have broken my heart and they have disrespected me, they have done this and that. It is actually a blessing in disguise in the way that a person may end up learning how to deal with future relationships.
Yeah. But of course, in the beginning, it's normal to cry and to be sad, but everything happens for a reason. So
Mm. Mm. We want to look at the common myth and misconception about heartbreaks. So the first thing is, what are some misconceptions about how quickly someone should move on after a breakup?
that's hard because there's not like a rule or something. I
Eh.
feel like it's different from person to person, and you should listen to your own feelings. Yeah.
So what about the feeling of stagnation? Trying so hard to live in the past while it's maybe your ex you have moved on.
Yeah.
And how can that affect your personal growth as a person?
Yeah, that can affect you a
That
lot,
yeah,
I think. Yeah,
very true.
that's not good.
Yeah. So people should learn to
Let
quickly
go.
move on and maybe find ways through which they can actually forget about. But is it
Yeah.
realistic?
No, it's not realistic.
Hmm.
And I think you should just learn to live by yourself. You don't need someone to be whole or something. You're fine as you are, and then
I think what basically disturbs people is maybe the memories they share together, the adventures, the dating experiences we have. Some may have pictures. Would we actually keep your pictures, your memory in your gallery after a breakup?
mm, I think I would put them on my laptop. I wouldn't delete all of them because it's like
Mm.
it's like a chapter in your book of life, and then
Yeah.
you just turn the page and now it's a new chapter. So, but it's not deleted. It was still a nice time.
But how can you survive in a situation where sometimes seeing those pictures can re-traumatize you.
Yeah.
Can they not
Then it's
be
probably easier
traumatic
to delete
space?
them.
Yeah.
When they
But
traumatize you.
it varies from person to person.
Yeah.
Others are strong enough to just ignore the negative feeling that can actually come from seeing those things. Others may simply move on, despite the fact that they are having them in their laptops. It's basically, and I think it's good. And as for me, from my experience, I wouldn't delete pictures simply because somebody has said no to me, or they have decided to leave me for other better spaces of
But
their
also
life.
one other point I want to add is to the move on thing. You shouldn't move on because you feel like you need someone. That's not good. Only to fill the gap. Yeah.
Very,
That
very
doesn't
true.
make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, what are the long-term effects and lesson learned from uh, your previous relationship? Probably those which ended in an unrealistic way, or like heartbreak.
Okay. So I've definitely learned what I'm searching in a partner now. That it's important to have like a common ground, and also what I can improve. Communication is really important. Yeah.
So, how do past relationship experiences shape future attachment styles and emotional resilience?
That's also a good one. Um, it depends on which relationship you had. If you if it wasn't a healthy relationship, you might be scared to open up for new people and for a new relationship. But if it was a healthy relationship and everything ended well and something, maybe you you feel more self confident and emotionally intelligent also.
Yeah. So we are now going to the harder questions. I'm not taking from the template. This one are very hard.
Okay.
So can you please
These
be
will make
prepared to answer them? I know a lot of things happen in relationships. And I know that the relationship are not guaranteed to stay for an indefinite period of time. They can end at any given time. For instance, I mentioned that you had a relationship that ended unexpectedly. Things happen there. Now that you are in a new relationship and questions are coming about the past, will you be frank enough to tell your new partner of the experience we have had before? Like your body count, the things we have done before in your first relationship.
Yes, I would tell. I think that's also important. It's like part of being honest. Yeah.
But I see that usually people, when they enter their new relationship, they often hide the other part of their experience in their past relationship. Like how many times have they slept together, like their body count. Usually girls say, three. I think three is very common figure for them.
Is it? Oh, I have no idea.
Even if they have gone, maybe they had a body count of 10 or 30, they will simply say three. Would you have an idea why do women actually prioritize to say three instead of simply be realistic, say, no, I think more than 10 times?
I think it because it's also from society not accepted.
Eh,
Yeah.
And by the time a person hears that you have a body count which bounds over 10, they will be like turned off.
But that's also one strange thing because for men it's accepted.
Yeah.
No one cares. But for women it's somehow different.
I always mentioned that um, our earlier or our first experiences in a relationship affect our future. In which way? In the way that usually men, when they enter a relationship, particularly those that are designed to fall into marriage, they usually view or review your past experiences, like having the knowledge of your experience about body counts, for instance, the number of things you have done in that relationship. And for you, you don't actually mind about seeing or having to know what the men have experienced before. You simply want to see if he has a possibility of being an adult who is responsible enough to be held accountable for being a man who is looking after his family. And now that I really want to express this to everyone who might be in the same issue to know that the past matters, especially when you look at the women's side. But the past does not matter when you are looking at the men's side. So instead of men chasing women in their teens, they should chase their purpose. Because it will come a time when men are actually chased by women simply because they have a purpose and they have a future that is bright as we can look at it. And basically, we don't actually look the possibility of you being someone who hold accountable for being a woman, but we look at the things we have done before because those things matter the most. Would you simply be convinced to think that if your first partner come to you maybe for reconciliation, would you go back to them in your relationship? Or
No.
maybe to cheat the current relationship back to the person who have maybe broken whatsoever kind of.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't
No.
do that.
No.
But have you heard that some women resort to go back to their former relationship
Yeah, I
after
think
maybe?
it's probably the same for men and women. Mm.
Yeah, for men, yes, they can go back. But how does it feel to see a woman going back to their former relationship?
Yeah. As long as they're not cheating and they're fine, maybe they grew, maybe they learned something and it works out now.
Hmm, hmm. Yeah, I think we have come to the end of our conversation. I hope that it was so insightful as we have discussed more about the psychology of breakups and relationship dissolution. I also believe that you have some takeaways from this conversation, and my friend have spoken a lot of things that I believe from what you have listened. It is going to build you, basically your current experience, and if you have actually missed some of the things that you thought you would have understood them before this conversation, probably you're going to teach even your younger sisters and brothers how they should go about their relationship and understand that whatever they are doing now can affect their future relationship, be it positively or negatively. Thank you, and may
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Yeah.
Time for good stories. Convoy.
Na baba. Mind the basa.
Right, Thank you so much. See you next week.